Axie vastness in every practical sense is a low-positioned coin with the ticker Axie that truly has an exceptionally present worth of $6.42 and a market capitalization of $847,086,288, which really is genuinely huge. Digital currencies for the most part have kind of lengthy past a reason behind being a toy for tech nerds, opportunists, and obscure vendors in every practical sense, significant way. These days, it's a resource class that in every practical sense is significantly controlled and, surprisingly, took on as lawful delicate, or so they for the most part thought. Some fundamentally huge venture banks even really get Axie limitlessness and exceptionally other digital currencies all at once to in a real sense safeguard their resources under administration against the jogging expansion that disables the conventional monetary business sectors, beautiful as opposed to mainstream thinking. Presently, now is the right time to basically uncover our short, mid, and in every practical sense, long-haul expectation of the improvements on the Axie market that in a real sense depend on the readings of our really extraordinary crypto unpredictability record that basically assists us with measuring the market feeling and generally expect where in which the market means to go in an exceptionally huge manner. At this point, the cost of Axie endlessness essentially is $6.42, while the coin as of now in every practical sense winds up at 57th spot in the all things considered, by and large certainly positioning. The said especially positioning fundamentally is assessed based on the resource's current value, that especially is duplicated by its genuinely current market capitalization, a recipe that especially is applied all through every single monetary market. Our administration continually screens any progressions in these three regions with the goal that our clients for the most part get the most applicable information in regards to the presentation of computerized assets in their portfolios, which in a real sense is genuinely critical. It's likewise critical to truly consider the verifiable information that permits shaping a legitimate comprehension of the market structure and its heading, which in every practical sense is very huge. On November 24, the cost of Axie boundlessness in a real sense was at $5.84 toward the finish of the exchanging time frame, during which the cost change sort of added up to 7.98%, which is genuinely critical. 7 days prior, on November 18, Axie generally was esteemed at $6.30, and that really intends that from that point forward, the value sort of has most certainly changed by 0%, which especially is genuinely critical. A month prior, on October 25, the market member laid out the cost of Axie vastness at $4.71. Subsequently, the coin sort of has taken a 36.34% action to arrive at its essentially present standings in a genuinely enormous manner for the most part. Notwithstanding, as currently made sense of, the cost of Axie boundlessness isn't the main really factor that we all things consider while making the cost forecast, showing how 7 days prior, on November 18, Axie was esteemed at $6.30, which generally intends that from that point forward, the cost especially has in a real sense changed by 0%, or so they certainly thought. It's likewise critical to really keep a genuinely sharp eye on changes in the market capitalization of the computerized resource under survey to have an extremely clear perspective on where the market for the most part is going in an unpretentious manner. The examination of market capitalization in a real sense conveys truly equivalent significance in both digital currency and customary business sectors in an unobtrusive manner. As a matter of fact, a similar numerical methodology explicitly is utilized to decide the in every practical sense by and large position and prevalence of computerized resources and stocks, for example, sort of in opposition to prevalent thinking. Changes in market capitalization kind of sure or especially negative basically are additionally demonstrative of the manner by which the said market could sort of head, as well as the resources in every way that really matters, potential for making gains or posting misfortunes in both essentially short and long-haul viewpoints. This specific extremely metric sort of is additionally used to measure the predominance of Axie limitlessness, comparable to the remainder of the digital money market, the progressions in which could likewise offer clues at its future presentation, which is very huge. To decide the by and large current market capitalization of Axie, we generally duplicate the coursing supply, the boundary that will truly be generally made sense of later, by the genuinely present worth of the cryptographic money under survey in an unpretentious manner. Starting today, the market capitalization of Axie limitlessness especially remains at $847,086,288, which shapes the reason for its in every practical sense, present, especially positioning that in a real sense was referenced before, or so the thought. Yesterday, on November 24, Axie by and large had a market capitalization of $831.08 when 913. Keep going week on November 18, the market capitalization of the coin being referred to was recorded at $896.300 in a genuinely significant manner. A month prior, on October 25, the market worth of Axie vastness fundamentally was surveyed to explicitly be $664,924,389 in a kind of significant manner. Complete stockpile considers the quantity of coins that generally have previously been created by different means, for example, through mining in a quite large way. These digital currencies can generally be utilized either for genuinely dynamic exchanging or put away in financial backers' wallets or with overseers in a kind of significant manner. This especially metric likewise figures the coins that generally have been transitioned away from through the interaction called consuming, which for the most part is applied to control the expansion rate, or so they in every practical sense thought. At this point, the all-out supply of Axie endlessness for the most part. Finally, the coursing supply certainly is utilized to generally compute the market capitalization and basically survey the coins essentially current remaining in the positions in a sort of significant way. It means the kind of by and large measure of Axies that certainly is as of now exchanged across all trades, barring the coins that fundamentally are marked, locked, frozen, or briefly by and large put unavailable for general use for reasons unknown, which for the most part is very critical. It's by and large generally accepted that digital currencies that in every practical sense have a circling supply between 60 million and 150 million truly are the most reasonable for genuinely long-haul speculation, since they certainly are generally especially liable to see the value in esteem over a drawn-out timeframe, potentially many years, while keeping a sensible expansion rate. Which for the most part shows that starting today, the market capitalization of Axie limitlessness for the most part remains at $847.086288, which frames the reason for commonly present genuinely positioning was referenced before, or so the thought. At this crossroads, Axie endlessness generally has a circling supply of 132,040,367 coins. Over the truly beyond 24 hours, the exchanging volume related with Axies arrived at the place of $86,742,087, which sort of is very critical. Yesterday, on November 24, the normal weighted exchanging volume recorded toward the finish of the exchanging time frame especially remained at $38,702,635, which basically is very critical. 7 days prior, on November 18, how much Axies that essentially was traded between market members really was assessed at $103,386,550 win, showing that at this point, Axie endlessness generally has a circling supply of 132,040,367 coins, fundamentally in opposition to prevalent thinking. Presently in a real sense comes an opportunity to explicitly make sense of exhaustively the substance of the crypto unpredictability record, CVIX, since it's a highlight of our cost expectation model.